Hello everybody! Today we have real patient stories submitted by healthcare workers at my comedy shows in Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri! I worked in an outpatient draw room at a hospital. I was drawing blood on a new OB patient. In our casual conversation, she mentioned that she was about 10 weeks pregnant and that she already has a 13-week-old baby at home. That means she got right back into bed and started screwing again. My coworker who was doing the computer work turned around and said, "Oh honey, you didn't wait your 6 weeks." 6 weeks? You have to wait 6 weeks. I didn't know that. Patient replies, "I know, I kept telling my husband, wrong hole, wrong hole." Jesus. Wrong hole, wrong hole. Were you tied up? Were you not able to stop him from putting it in the wrong hole? What do you mean? My coworker and I were wide-eyed and were trying to stay professional as we nervously chuckle in acknowledgement of her statement. Yeah, nervously chuckled because there's criminal activity happening. Patient said at the end of her visit, "Okay, I have to go or I'll be late for my NA meeting." Of course. Narcotics Anonymous, where everyone knows to insert the things in the correct holes. You should bring your husband. We had to sit and process that whole conversation before we brought back our next patient. What type of message is this sending to young girls? If you want to have sex but you don't want to get pregnant, put it in the wrong hole. Or the right hole in this situation. Wrong hole. I was like Beyonce for a sec. To the left, drop all your loads in the hole to the left. Renaissance Festival was in town, so naturally, a patient came in with a sword in his ass. I want everyone to know that is anything but natural. I've never been to a Renaissance fair, but I can imagine that was the only thing being penetrated that day. I mean, who shows up to Renaissance fairs, right?
It's not that bad.
They say whoever pulls out the sword becomes king of all the land. Lancelot, would you like to sword fight? I'll go first. Bend over. Why do I have this? I don't know. How many of those were sex jokes? Does rectum count as sex? Anything that goes into an orifice waist down is considered sex. And so far, every single one of these Keep all my comments in, editor.
You got it, boss.
You're gonna get the real, raw, natural Steve-ioe. Raw, like this sword up his ass. Cockroaches in both ears. No idea they were there. Patient just had decreased. Patient just had decreased hearing on right, checked both for completeness, needed an adultier adult. Med student was excited for the learning opportunity. Okay, first of all, whoever wrote this, your grammar is terrible. Cockroaches on both ears. I've never seen it, but I'm not surprised. That's usually what happens. If someone's having hard of hearing in one ear, we'll check the other, okay? Just to be safe. Normally, you don't find cockroaches in either ear, but in this case, he had two. Where did he fall asleep? At a Waffle House? What does need an adultier adult even mean? I had a psych patient, let's call her Methany, very creative. I was taking her to the restroom for the required urine sample. Halfway there, in the middle of the hallway, she pops a squat, drops a massive deuce, stands up, salutes and sings the Star-Spangled Banner to her turd baby. Well, it's a very patriotic poop. Every single word. I wasn't sure what to do, so I just saluted as well. That was the first initial reaction, to join in the saluting. My ER doc comes walking by and shakes his head. She calls him an unpatriotic prick. I do not get paid enough for this. No, you don't. First of all, you didn't have to do that. Saluting the turd baby. This is what healthcare workers have to go through. If they did anything else besides salute the turd baby, what if the patient got mad? You're not saluting my turd baby, right? I'd be afraid the person would pick up the turd and throw it at me. So I'd be standing there, soldier up. Oh, say, can you see? By the turd's Donly I don't know the words. I had a patient I had to do bilateral lower extremity x-rays on. X-rays on both the legs. Patient refused to come to the department, so I had to do it portably. Went into the room and the patient had their legs up in the air, covered with wet washcloths. My other tech had to leave the room because of the smell. I had an N95 and Vicks on my mask. I had to pull the doctor in to help me. Weak-ass tech. We had to remove the washcloths and found huge pockets of maggots. Oh god damn it. Why is it always maggots? Patient was so upset that we disturbed his pets. Motherfucker. He had names for every single maggot. At the end of the x-rays, we had to give him fresh washcloths because we made his pets mad. I went back to my x-ray room and dry heaved for 25 minutes. This is disgusting, but also kind of cute. He had maggots as his pets, which, you know, everybody gets lonely. You make friends wherever you can. Some people have imaginary friends, like psych patients. This person, he grew them, so don't you dare hurt them. Huge pockets of maggots. Huge, not small, just huge pockets of maggots. Ugh, you feel that? That's all of us clenching at the same time. I had a patient that was under the influence of a drug. Just a drug. He said something is eating my penis from the inside. He would keep showing his unit to the staff. Look, it's shrinking. No, sir, it's not shrinking. It has always been that small. They called it the unit. The unit makes it sound like it's a unit. Like it's big, but it wasn't. It was shrinking. Apparently from something eating it from the inside. That is one hell of an excuse that I'm going to use the next time I'm in bed. I'm just kidding. I don't need to say that. I have a unit. A guy came into ER high on meth with his bit off from a dog because he tried to fuck a dog and it turned on him and bit it off. Kansas City! I mean, I gotta tell you, man, I don't know what's happening in that city, but y'all gotta figure it out. You need to find each other. You guys just need to all find each other. Are dating apps not available in Kansas City? Why are we fucking dogs? You're lucky the dog turned around and bit you. If you stuck your penis in a dog, who knows what type of diseases you could have gotten. It's unfortunate that it came off, but maybe that's what you deserve. So you'd stop harassing the dogs. You sick f***. What happens when you take meth, kids? You take meth, you try to f*** a dog, boom, your penis is gone. I don't make the rules. I wonder what type of dog it was. It's gotta be a big dog, right? Small dogs can't do that much damage. You just whack it off. Where my big dog's at? Oh, penis! I work in a psychiatric hospital, and the craziest story is we had a girl that was hearing voices in the ceiling, and she wanted to get up there, so she stood on top of the nurse's station ledge and banged her head into the ceiling. That is one way to temporarily stop the noises in your head. Go find it and headbutt it. Can you imagine if it was just like a speaker? Ma'am, that's a speaker. Get off the ledge. We all hear it. We had a patient check into the ED with complaints of trouble urinating. A 75-year-old man put a golf ball on the end of his uncircumcised penis and pulled the flap of skin over it and got it stuck, all because he was sick of urine dribbling. I am afraid to say that I can completely relate to the 75-year-old man. I'm only 35. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like in 40 years. Oh God. And I do have a foreskin, so me and him are right there. Is that why it's called foreskin? Oh! I didn't know that. Furthermore, he then decided to drill a hole in the golf ball when he realized he couldn't pee with it stuck at the end of his penis. Yeah, no shit. He came to us 3 days later. 3 days. Wow, 3 days. He was fine for 3 days. It probably smelled terrible. There was probably an infection. It was probably all crustied up and gross, but he was able to pee. That's all that matters. Did the dribbling stop? Probably not. You can't dribble with a golf ball. The doctor who had him was a jokester. He ended up in room 4, and the doctor teed up his putter for urology to take him to the OR to remove the golf ball. Pathology reported it was a Wilson. This is for you guys. What do you call this patient when he gets a boner? Tiger Woods. My favorite patient is the 72-year-old grandma I took care of the other day. Unapologetic about smoking crack, Doc asked how often. She says, when I get a rock, I smoke every 30 minutes or so, pass out for a bit, then do that till it's gone. I ain't gonna stop. Pulmonary doc, super serious, trying to figure out how to get her to stop while the hospitalist and I sit there trying not to laugh. I mean, why even bother? Let her smoke until she dies. She doesn't care. Why do you care? That's how I'd want to go. Smoke and crack until I pass out and die. I mean, what else are you doing at 72-year-old? You're not going on dates anymore. You're smoking crack, you're you're watching Judge Judy, you're eating oatmeal, and you're going to sleep. Let her live her life. I work in the NICU. We had a patient that was a rainbow baby for mom. A rainbow baby is a baby that's born after a parent has a pregnancy loss. Rainbow baby for something beautiful after a dark time. The baby eventually got to the point of breastfeeding. During this, I propped the baby on mom's left side. After 15 minutes, I suggested switching to the right side. 5 minutes later, I came back to check on her baby, and she was back on the original left side. I asked Mom why she switched back to the left side. She said, well, Dad tried to pull milk out of the right side and couldn't get any. Dad was trying to suck on the titty of Mommy at the hospital-y? What the f? Later, Dad was bottle feeding the baby. There was about 5 to 10 milliliters of milk left over. The dad offered the remaining milk to Mom as a drink. Mom proceeded to say, no, I don't want it. I'm not weird like you. Yeah, and now you have a child with this weirdo, ma'am. Is this a thing that happens? I want to be supportive because they did lose a baby, and I don't know if this is just his way of coping, but what the f? Am I being too judgmental? This has never happened to me, so you know what? Let's just try to be nice about it and let him figure it out. I want to say this is why the first baby dipped out. Thank you for watching. I am currently on tour right now. Cities and ticket links are in my bio. I hope to see you soon. Motherfucker!